Hey guys, it's Amanda. I just wanted to let you know, please listen all the way through to the episode, or at least listen to the last 15 seconds, because we plugged in Nick singing Call Me Maybe in our voice, which is referenced in the middle of this episode somewhere. This episode is freaking nuts. Sorry. It's been a long week, but hopefully you guys are in it to win it with us to just have a crazy Friday. Enjoy!
Hola, bienvenidos al podcast We Love to Hate Everything. Te amo. Amanda, eres mi amiga, aunque te tiras un pedo y le echas la culpa a Walter o a tu silla. Te amo. Quiero bailar en un tren contigo. Te amo.
Alright, first I was like,
Te
what
amo.
the fuck is going on? But once I heard the te amo, I zeroed in on it.
Well, I mean, should I put my hat
No, that
de
literally
Colombia
is
on?
the hat.
No,
I mean,
this is the hat. And
yeah,
actually,
no, it
you
is
know
the
what?
hat.
Remember, I thought that Dave had gotten it in the Middle East. He got it when he was in Colombia.
That's the same hat.
It's the exact same hat. It is from Colombia. He wasn't in Pereira or wherever she's from, which actually had a landslide last week. So, prayers.
Like
to
mud?
That. Yeah, there was like a landslide, mudslide on a mountain. But Dave didn't notice. He's had this hat for like a year. One of his guys when he was in what's it? Not Bogota. Where's like the guy?
Bogota is in Colombia. My cousin lives there.
Yeah, no. Cartagena. That's where he was. Cartagena. He didn't realize till he put it on after I was like, I wore your hat.
Yeah, it says Dave on it.
It says David Under Armour. He's like, oh my God. So they personalized the hats, and the guy, Dave, wears a lot of like Under Armour, like golf shirts and stuff. So they put David Under Armour. He's like, this is the first time I actually realized that, and now I feel like shit because I didn't say anything.
It's actually a cute hat for a girl.
Yeah, for a girl. I took the little band. I think if you shape it, he had it shaped like a cowboy hat. And you guys, like, I'm serious. This is the exact same hat. I posted it, so you need to go and look. Yeah, I feel like you could kind of floppy it up a little bit.
Yeah.
Right?
It's good. It's cute.
It's a little tight on the noggin, and I don't have a big head.
Yeah,
and, oh my God, he's swimming in it. So he is like a wee little man. We're talking about
Mike. Yeah.
Mike, by the way. Sorry, for those of you who have no fucking idea what we're talking about. Mike on 90 Day Fiance communicates exclusively through little apps on the phone. That's a Google Translate. Would you like to know what it said?
Yeah.
Okay, those of you who know Spanish.
I heard my name and your name.
It said, hello, welcome to We Love to Hate Everything podcast. Well, I should say I'm Jody if we have any new listeners.
I'm Amanda.
I said, I love you. Amanda, you are my friend, even though you fart and blame it on Walter or your chair. I love you. I want to dance on a train with you. I love you. And I mean that.
Okay, well, I don't get this train thing. Did I miss this?
Yeah, with, Ben.
Yeah, the other podcast. Again, I watched a weird version of this episode, remember?
Yeah, I did too. That was on there the first time, but they did fuck up. They did fuck up because we saw originally, now it's not on there, but we saw the hat grab.
Yeah, which is like
her scene around the world.
Amazing.
That's not on this one.
I know.
But then they did change, I think, something with Alina and Caleb. But I don't watch their segments because I can't.
I watched them. It was really just them breaking up.
Oh, they broke up. Well, were they really ever together?
I mean, he did have sex with her. Ugh.
Yeah. I mean, I don't get it. And they just gross me out for so many reasons. It's not because she's a little person that she grosses me out. There's just some sort of sliminess between the two of them, Caleb included. Just everything's very...
I hate that I could, like, anytime I close my eyes, I could just see what her boobs look like, because she's flipping and flopping everywhere all the time.
Yeah, and it's not her Build-A-Bear shoes. It's not that. I mean, I should have trademarked that, by the way.
Yeah.
You should have trademarked Robin Brown's beaker face on Sister Wives.
Yeah, it's taken off, and no one knows it was me. It was me.
What the hell?
Hey, before we start,
us too.
You too. Before we start, we need to announce because this is the actual episode it happened on with our friend, our new best friend, Jen. We now know her name.
Jen.
Hello?
Jenny, but we won't call you Jenny.
Jenny. You can sit here if you want to. From Real Housewives Recaps on YouTube. I watch these things and I'm like, YouTube. If I tried to make one of those things, it would take me like, well, I would end up just bailing and not doing it. But it looks like a lot of effort. It's like a whole different world.
Charlie or Paige, I'd be like, guys, I made a PowerPoint. How do we transfer that onto YouTube? Cool.
Like the depth of my like artistic skills is like taking a screenshot and then circling it with a markup on the.
You could do that very quickly, though. I got to give it to you. Like, you can take screenshots of something and you're just like, no, not that, this. And there's a circle, an arrow.
It's my one talent.
You're quick on the edits.
Anyway, Jen listens to our podcast, and I was watching her recaps of And Just Like That every fucking week.
Yeah.
Like the second after I was done watching
You've talked about her, I think, probably on every single podcast we do, because we got a lot of them.
And anyway, she next week, she's going to come on our podcast. And look, and Just Like That is over. And I know we're all still thirsty for more Sex and the City content. So I think we're just going to do like a little roundtable kiki.
More a comedy show, if you will.
A little comedy show, Che Diaz style. And we're just going to talk about Sex and the City, what used to be good about it. You can continue to shame Alexander for being short.
Oh, God. He's
Alexander.
Just so... I mean, talk about little. He would make Mike look like a giant.
And he tasted like black cheese.
Ew, I hate it so much. Disgusting. Ugh.
Another little
He's like
follow-up.
a grandfather.
If anyone was listening to our what was it, Baywatch episode yesterday, I had mentioned the story where Brad
Holy shit.
had to take this promotional picture for the Music Man because he was Harold Hill, and I like couldn't, and Jody's like, I'm gonna find it, and I'm like, I don't think it's out there anymore. And I messaged Brad yesterday and I said, Jody, all the screenshots. We talked for like a couple hours, actually. It was like really, really fun.
Oh my God.
Describe this.
Okay, you guys, I woke up in the middle of the night.
I need to ask him, like, am I allowed to post this? I'm sure he'll be fine with it, but I don't want to do it without his permission.
No, I really owe you a thank you, because Dave had to go do this business dinner last night, and he got home and it was well past midnight, and he crawled into bed with his cold ass diabetic feet, and his like body was hot, and it was like, ugh, and he came or like slung the arm over, and I'm like, oh,
he's
God,
your
now
Mike.
I'm up.
You're Jimena and he's Mike. Where everything he does, you're like, fuck.
Now I'm up. But he's like leaving. Well, I probably shouldn't be saying that. Okay, listen, we got like 10 people listening, but whatever. He's going on like a month-long trip or whatever for work. And I know, I'm like so sad.
So sad.
I
can tell.
So I was like, okay, well, like, God forbid something happened. And then I'm like, oh, I pushed him over or something and told him not to cuddle me in the middle of the night. So I have this like whole guilt thing, but his feet are fucking cold and now I'm hot because there's a body next to me.
Some people don't have great circulation, okay, Jody?
Well, and some of us snore. Sorry. Okay. So then I see some text messages. I'm like, okay, well, this can only be Amanda because I know she's got, you're like a couple hours behind me and you have
insomnia.
I was going to say the opposite of narcolepsy. And you sent me this picture and a screenshot of the messages. And the picture is so much worse than it's honestly
could
ever
I think the
have
funniest
imagined.
Picture that's ever existed.
I've ever seen.
It's as funny as
picture.
Your picture, your Christmas or your New
I'm going to
Year's
say
Eve
this
picture.
is funnier.
This might be funnier. It's the funniest picture ever taken of anyone.
You really could tell that he's like, I fucking am dying inside.
No, I remember him coming back from that photo shoot in like the worst when he's like, she kept telling me to open my eyes and I was opening my fucking eyes. That's as much as I can open my fucking eyes.
There's no way we can describe this picture besides just, I don't know, posting it somewhere where he won't be too embarrassed. But
he doesn't care.
Yes, you can sense every cell in his body is going, I want to die. I have nothing left to give.
How much does that make you want to see the Music Man at Mesa Community College, though, huh?
Oh, God. And he's got this, like, baby face on him. And it's like...
I know.
And it looks like he's almost at the end of saying, wee!
And the thing is that he's holding a trombone, but Harold Hill doesn't play instruments in the show, so it looks like this is just like an ensemble member. That's for some reason the poster.
Yeah, and it's a bright red band crop top sort of jacket.
It is a band uniform. But I remember
the band guys in our band in high school had like buttons down the front. This is a crop.
Yeah, I mean they were
anyway.
But we'll post this. What happened for anyone who doesn't know? He was Harold Hill. He had to take this picture. It's the worst picture ever. And then this was way back in the MySpace days.
This is so good. Yes.
And somebody started a MySpace page that was called AZ Theater Sucks, and they used that promotional picture as like,
I don't blame them.
I don't either. And like I had said that yesterday on the Baywatch episode.
It's like if someone would be going through stock photos and be like, "What the fuck is this? How much do they pay this extra?"
I mean, it's just the worst picture of anyone ever taken, and because he's holding the trombone, but not playing it. He's actually facing the camera.
His hands are just resting upon it.
Yeah, because he's like, "What the fuck is this?" But then even when he sent me the picture, he's like, do you remember I was the poster boy for AZ Theater Sucks? And I was like, yeah, no, I fucking remember.
Okay, so he was trying to find the person who owned this MySpace page and who posted it because he was pissed.
Right, I think he messaged him. And then we ended up being in a show with this guy, and it was awkward for like the first 3 rehearsals because everyone in the room kind of knew what had happened.
You can't blame the guy, though.
I mean, come on.
I mean, when you see the photo,
you're in
like,
retrospect, it's funny.
Oh, absolutely. So I said they should do a podcast episode, like that episode of, what podcast was it, where like the kid swore that he broke his arm when he was younger, and Heavyweights, and his entire family was like, "You never broke your fucking arm. It didn't happen." Or like that music episode
Reply
where the guy was like, "Reply All." What's that?
That's the best
song?
podcast episode that's ever existed, I think.
Yeah, so we need to. I feel like we need to do that, and I will gladly take that on. I will do the investigative work. I'll do
they're
investigative
friends now,
leg of this.
So you're not gonna really discover anything.
I will edit this together into
well, let's
the
do
2022 Potty Awards. Are there a Potty Awards, by the way?
There are.
Oh, damn it. I thought I just trademarked that one. Like, you gotta eat the baby. Yellow Jackets.
I think both of them would be so on board to do that.
Seriously, how good would that? Like a serialized version of
it's lore
Arizona
in the Phoenix
theater.
Theater community. It's lore. Back in the MySpace days.
The tens of amounts of downloads we would have coming out of Arizona for that episode.
I would love that. That would be so much fun. You should do that.
Okay, let's do it. And
right,
we'll just interview different people. Be like, I remember when you walked onto the stage and they made eyes at each other. The tension. We didn't know if the show was going to be able to go on.
He was so mad. And like, I was mad too, like residually. And now I look back and it was like the stupidest fucking thing that happened ever.
That's the only thing I can picture coming out of his mouth is wee. Okay, you guys just gotta see the photo. Okay, anyway,
we'll post it with this. I'm gonna text him right now as we're talking.
Okay,
hang on. Let me do it. Let me do a voice to text here. What should I say? Do you give me permission to post that picture of you?
Oh, closed group. I mean, we don't want this to just be like a nightmare.
Can I have permission to use that? Fuck. All right, can I have permission to post that picture of you on our closed group for our podcast, ?
He's going to say no, Amanda.
He won't say no. He doesn't give a shit. He's a baby. No. He's got a baby.
He's got to eat the baby.
All right,
I already miss Yellow Jackets, by the way.
You already what?
I already miss it.
I don't miss it so much as I forget everything that happened. Like, if I rewatched it right now, I'd be like, this is the first time I've ever seen it.
That's probably why I miss it, because I'm pretty sure, like, 3 weeks ago when we talked about it, I'm like, you know what? I just talked myself out of liking the show altogether. I don't even know if I'm going to watch it again.
Yeah, it's like, in my head, it basically didn't even happen. I've been watching a lot of 90 Day Colty and Larissa. I gotta say, other than the first season they were on, the reunion, they come and, like, Larissa's just abominable and everyone like gets up and leaves the set, and Asuelu does some crazy fucking hand clapping thing where he's like, it looks like he wants to beat her.
The San Juan mating dance that you know that
Holly,
though. Hold on. You know our listener Holly? She sent
Yeah, I
me
know,
a
you sent it
cameo
to
from
me.
Asuelu.
I know.
Oh, okay. So
but it's when Larissa's like bitching and screaming, and he
Yeah.
starts like clapping his hands like angrily, and
well,
it was
I mean, Asuelu,
a little slow.
he's real. Yeah, exactly.
He's a sweetie. That one.
I would love to have had him in my 4th grade class. Like he would be
totally
a
exactly.
joy to
Sexy
have
baby.
around. I
Like-
don't know if he would have been a sexy baby.
Well, no, but like he's like Hamza level intellectually.
Sure.
Yes.
I would want him as like a my little brother's friend. I don't have a little brother, but if my little brother had a friend, like, oh, he's cute. Have this guy around.
But anyway, other than her
Harmless.
being like reprehensible on that reunion, I'm like on her side the entire time that she's in the relationship with him.
Oh, he's horrible.
He is fucking horrible, and she never really makes any bad points at all. Like she's like, yeah, she's a spoiled little brat, of course, but like,
Yeah.
just like Anfisa, he fucking told her he had all
I
this
was
money.
just gonna say that.
And,
They
like,
were
now she
very
has to live-
forthright.
Yes.
I'm coming here. I'm with you because you said you're giving me a better life, that you have money. Again, not that it makes it great, but they were at least being upfront.
And like, why can't that be part of it though?
I don't know.
Why can't that be part of it? Like, yeah, you said you had a lot of money. So that's a
Right.
factor in wanting to be with you the rest of my life because you can give me a good life. It's very
Yeah,
different than
it's like-
choosing to marry a homeless person.
Yeah, it's like men are allowed to be into Jasmine or Anfisa or Larissa because of their looks and their big boobs, and they're like, oh, you know. But if women are into men for any other reason besides like they're good, tender heart.
Pure love.
Whoa. Wow, what a gold digger. What a bitch.
I want
right?
to date a man who has money. I don't want to be fucking taking care of some fucking schlub.
Well, yeah, exactly. If you're not going to have anything going on upstairs and you have, you know, just nothing going for you, at least you have maybe a trust fund or something.
Yeah, and like
I know we sound horrible here, but we're just saying the double standard,
so.
right?
Yeah, it is a double standard. And I mean, I think Larissa's like she's obviously has some issues, but
for sure.
But I feel bad for her the whole time, and all of the times he called the cops, like I really like the way he used that against her was
It's a power
gross.
play.
It was so
manipulative
gross.
power play.
Yeah, and she said the second time, like the cops took the handcuffs off of him and put them on her because he was like, well, she has a prior. It's so fucked up the way all of these people on this show are using, and I hate that. And Danielle does this too. They use it like I'm gonna get
I'm
you
the
deported.
American. I'm gonna use my police.
And then
blue
I think
line
Mohammed
flex.
said, I think it was Mohammed on one of the reunion, and he makes a really like. It was a good point that I never thought of before. He's like, everyone thinks that we all want to come to America because it's so great, and he's like, you know, not. Some of us want to just stay in our where we are. Like,
right.
It's not that great here.
I would absolutely agree with that.
Yeah. It's fucked up.
I mean, you've lived in both countries.
Yeah, I don't want to.
Now you're back
I
home in
told you I've
Canada.
had nightmares where I move back to the States and I wake up and I look around my room and I'm like, oh, okay, I'm in Calgary.
I'm
here.
fully self-medicating right now with a $30 ice pack wrapped around my old lady hip because we can't pay our max out of pocket at this point.
Oh God.
We're already spreading it out over Charlie. So anyway,
Just move up here.
America.
America. What are we talking about today? The Oscars. You want to talk about the Oscar nominations?
Oh gosh, you know what? I really didn't even look into it because I know.
Right.
I'll pull it up. No, I know you were going to talk about it. But I got a little sidetracked with, COVID and masking,
Yes.
all that kind of stuff. But I'm going to pull it up right now.
I know that Joelle, one of our listeners,
Yeah.
wanted to know if I had seen Tick Tick Boom, and yeah, I fucking saw it. That was like a date night with my dad. He came over and I made some crab dip and we got wasted and we paused it and we fucking geeked out. Like
I can talk about because that's the one movie probably that I watched the entire year.
Did you like
Tick
it?
Tick Boom.
You didn't really
I
get
did
it.
like it. No, I liked it.
Oh,
there's
you did,
some
okay.
parts you didn't think I fully appreciated enough because I
Well,
don't
I
know
know
enough
you didn't.
musical theater. Okay, I am not an Andrew Garfield person. I never
I'm
thought
not
he was
either.
attractive. I never got it, but he is so fucking talented. in this
Yeah.
movie. He's incredible.
He's nominated for a Best Actor.
I'm pulling it up right here. Should we go through Best Picture? Just
Yeah, I mean,
very
honestly, guys,
quickly.
if you guys really want like two really much smarter people than us talking about this, go check out Best Supporting Podcast, because that's their jam over there.
Exactly.
That's their jam.
Exactly.
But we're gonna
So
dabble in here.
Best Picture, Nightmare Alley. Never heard of it.
I read the I just now I read the synopsis of it. It doesn't seem like my taste. It's about like a carnival, a guy who works at a carnival who takes over the job of a geek at a carnival, and I looked it up, and it's a person who bites off a chicken's head in front of everyone and eats it.
Okay, no.
So I'm like, so that's not my type of movie.
Nope. Don't Look Up.
Apparently terrible. I've heard it's terrible.
Yeah, I heard Colin and Nick on Best Supporting Podcast talking about it, so I won't be watching it because they didn't really like it. Dune. I feel like that's like a Star Wars spinoff.
I think it's Star Wars. It's got to be.
Okay. Or are you making fun of me? I legitimately thought it was.
No, it's not, but like it is.
Oh, okay. Or is it like a Marvel movie or something?
No, I feel like it's more like what's that?
Harry Potter.
It's like it's in that that realm of movies that you and I wouldn't ever watch.
Okay, got it. Drive My Car.
Never heard of it.
Yeah, I don't know. I just thought of Can't Buy Me Love.
With Brandon Fraser and Alicia Silverstone.
No, McDreamy on Grey's Anatomy.
Oh, and who? And Jennifer Aniston?
Nope, some blonde chick that I never saw her in anything else.
Gotcha.
But she had a killer white suede outfit of her mom's.
Great.
That he spilled wine on and he had to pay it off. Or she spilled out. Okay.
Never tell you about the time that Brad was leaving for his shift
Play the trombone.
at a restaurant?
Mm-hmm.
No. He was leaving for his shift to this restaurant and I was drinking red wine. And I did something and he's like, be careful, because he had like this, pressed white shirt on. Yeah, and I was like being an asshole, and I was like, I'm gonna spill it, and I spilled it all over.
Oh my god.
It was a huge fight.
It would have been covered in blood after that, because I would have murdered you.
I was just being such an asshole. All right, what's next?
Belfast.
Yeah,
that sounds like a comedy of the year, guys. Belfast.
It's in black and white, Jody.
Oh, is it really?
I'm racing to see it. Yeah.
I've never heard of it.
I think it's about
I'm going to guess it's like a wartime movie. Yeah, black and white in Belfast.
Okay.
And
a kid is the star of it, I think.
There's
Irish.
I was going to say there's lots of clicky shoes on a cobblestone street.
Clogs.
People running. Yeah. Licorice Pizza.
I don't want to see that. The name of that movie is so annoying. To me. It's annoying.
And I love a fresh Twizzler.
I hate licorice. I like pizza. Apparently, the movie has nothing to do with any of those things. I've read the synopsis. Seems like, in a nutshell, it's about a girl who befriends a 15-year-old and she's 25, and then they.
You love that.
I love it. I mean,
like
I would
teacher, student.
Yeah, I'm gonna watch it
affairs.
late at night with the lights out.
Okay.
Yeah, I guess I'll maybe watch that though. It's getting a little buzz.
There's more. I feel like we've never had this many nominees, right?
Oh,
This is a lot. The Power of the Dog. Is this
I don't want to see that because a rabbit dies in that, so I don't want to see it.
Oh, okay. Is it actually about a dog? Or is this like some sort of Life of Pi thing? Or there's like a tiger on
I've already read the synopsis of it. It's good. The story's good.
Okay. King Richard.
That's with Will Smith, and he is Serena and Venus Williams' dad.
That's right. That's
and
right.
He's apparently
I
gonna
won't watch
win.
it, but
yeah, I'll watch that. I'll watch it.
Oh, I won't.
I like Will Smith.
He's a Scientologist. Careful. Oh my God.
Fresh Prince of Bel-Air.
Yeah. West Side Story. I will watch that.
Yeah, why don't you?
I will.
It's really beautiful.
Is it already out? Like to rent on pay-per-view?
I downloaded it, but yeah.
God.
I mean, check it out. I think it should be out there.
Oh, okay. Coda. CODA.
Yeah,
Coda.
That's what I'm assigning you that just as a friend.
No.
Not for the podcast. Just fucking watch it. You'll like it.
Am I gonna cry?
You'll cry in a good way.
No,
it's not
I
promise there's nothing sad in it. I promise you that. Everything is so beautiful and uplifting. You should watch it with Paige. You and Paige.
Well, I'm just going to say, once again, I'm disappointed because Uncle Buck and the Great Outdoors didn't make the list. So, I mean, one of these years...
Is that that's all of them?
Yep, that's all
of them. Brad said, haha, share it. Yeah.
Okay.
Thanks. All right.
Okay, so
great.
Best Actor. I mean, we won't go through every category, just these big ones. But we have Best Actor. Benedict Cumberbatch, Javier Bardem, Denzel Washington, Will Smith. That's a tight
No,
race,
Andrew
I
Garfield's
think.
in there too.
Oh, did I not say him? Sorry, Andrew Garfield. Based on the one film I saw of that group, I'm gonna go with Andrew Garfield.
I don't think he's gonna win. But wait, being the Ricardos was bad.
What's that?
That's with Javier Bardem, and he was playing.
Oh, okay. That sounds like a cartoon.
Being the Ricardos, yeah, it's about like this. Like I don't mind
like an animated feature.
I don't mind an I Love Lucy like picture, but like
that.
But
no.
it's Aaron Sorkin, which I like. I love Social Network. It's one of my favorite movies. But the movie it's about just like this 2 or 3 day period where Lucy was about to be like blackballed, whatever, for being part of the Communist Party, and that's what the movie's about. I'm like, could you tell any other story at all? But J.K. Simmons got nominated for that movie too, and he looks like my dad. So there's no plot line
about like the amount of chocolates that they ate on that conveyor belt.
No, I don't even know if they do that chocolate scene.
I'm out. I mean, that would be pretty controversial.
Or the wine scene, the stomping the grapes. The wine.
Oh. I mean, our references this episode are off the chain.
All right, read the women.
Okay. Best Actress, Jessica Chastain, Olivia Colman, Mrs. Kickstand on TikTok, Kristen Stewart, Nicole Kidman, Penelope Cruz.
I saw The Lost Daughter. It's on Netflix. It's good.
And that is with
Olivia Colman.
Okay.
And it's about this woman who, she like takes this vacation in Greece, and there's this a really obnoxious family from like Long Island that like keeps like sitting next to her, so she kind of becomes obsessed with them, or she's like, I don't know, she's kind of watching them. It's actually nothing really happens in it, but it's good because Olivia Colman is good. No, it's good. And but then there's a flashback that shows that she like left her kids for like a little period because she was like over it. And I'm like, yeah, I can see this. I can relate to this bitch.
Okay, well, we'll do one more. Best Animated Feature. I mean, I don't mean to brag, but I did see 2 of these movies.
Did you see Encanto? It's the only thing that's coming up on my fucking TikTok is Encanto shit. I'm like, I don't care about
Encanto, Amanda. Luca, Flea, The Mitchells versus the Machines. You haven't watched that?
No, I know Nick was like all about it. And you guys had your own text thread going on about it. Yeah.
Yes, never would have watched it. You guys watch it on Netflix. It is actually very funny, and I don't really like movies.
And the character Raya is lesbian, right? It's about like a little girl's lesbian.
Yeah, I mean, the robots, they're a hoot. And the mom is definitely me, like when she's like, oh, my little boy.
All right,
my baby boy. Maybe. Okay, so I'm going with, I feel like it's going to go to Encanto. Okay, Encanto. I wasn't as over the moon about it like everyone else was. First of all, it's like over 2 hours long. It's a long one.
No.
Yeah. And I'm sure I was probably like scrolling TikTok towards the end of it, so I might have missed some details, and I might have been drinking some gin and tonic or something. But I know that We Don't Talk About Bruno song is like the #1 song. It surpassed Let It Go.
What is that?
It goes, we don't... Well, first
of all, it was good.
I have been singing We Don't Talk About Hugo. To me, it's the same thing, but it's Bruno. But it's We Don't Talk About Bruno. And then it just like sings some other words, and it's We Don't Talk About Bruno. It's not that catchy to me.
Why don't they talk about Bruno? What's up with Bruno?
Because he like lives behind the walls in the house. Spoiler for the movie. That's probably like 8 months old at this point, and I just watched it. He's like the son. He's like the long lost triplet son who lives behind the walls of this casita manor, and they don't talk about him because he like brought bad luck or had magical power. I don't see. This is what I mean. Like, it was cool. Like, all those movies are good, but I don't see why
the song just like, goes, we don't talk about Bruno.
That's the whole, what do you call it, melody, refrain?
Yeah, sure.
I couldn't tell you any other words, but I just walk around the house going, we don't talk about Hugo, thinking that's the words, and then Paige goes, Bruno! And then I just get it.
See, Let It Go has more, I think, based on that.
You guys,
it sounds like it's
now,
a better song.
listen, I know you guys came here for like a behind-the-scenes movie talk. And the 12-year-old in my house, little known fact, it was supposed to be, Bruno's name was supposed to be Oscar.
Doesn't roll off the tongue, though.
It doesn't roll off the tongue.
Yeah. We don't talk about Oscar.
Roll off the tongue like molasses.
Molasses just kind of spilling out of
Yeah,
your
we don't
mouth.
talk about Oscar. I still think it should have been Hugo. Doesn't that roll off the tongue better than we don't talk about Bruno in that song?
That
Thank
H
you.
sound in there.
All right, so there we go. There's
There's
your
our
Oscar
Oscar
roundup.
We didn't even talk about supporting.
I love it. We're like, you know what? Female producers really should get way more recognition than they get these days.
We talked about
Well, we talked about the men. Let's move
Best
on, shall
Picture,
we?
Best Actor, Actress, and then animated. Okay, fine.
I mean, like, I don't know any of these other
Go
people.
listen to
the
Best
whole thing.
Supporting Podcast.
Oh, that song is Best Original Score. What?
No, there'll be Best
Okay.
Original Song. That's probably also nominated for score.
I'm seeing a whole bunch of names here that I have no idea who they are. Oh, you're Jesse Plemons.
My Jesse Plemons?
Yeah.
Why
he's
is
on
he
there.
my Jesse Plemons? He's
I
married
don't
to Kirsten Dunst, and they're both nominated for the same movie. It's kind of cute, huh?
Yeah. I mean, there's just a lot of stuff in here. Tick, Tick, Boom. Best Film Editing. I think it's going to take it this year.
Ooh, that's the one I care about the most.
Yeah, I
Ooh,
know.
I'm nervous about that one.
Same. Oh,
right.
I'll be watching for that one all night. All right.
What were we going to talk about? Oh, the Tinder Swindler.
Yes, we got Tinder Swindler. What was that?
Whoa.
Swindler.
You had trouble with that one.
I am enunciating. Tinder Swindler and 90 Day. What do you want to talk first? Tinder?
Well, I think we should end with 90 Day. Yeah, let's do Tinder.
Okay.
Tinder. Yeah, it's like it's a little bit of a marbles in
Tinder
your mouth.
Swindler.
Tinder Swindler. Yeah, you really have to
Like,
kind of think
normally
about
I
it.
would say swindler, but when
Yeah,
you put
swindler.
Tinder in front of it, you insert
Swindler.
an extra syllable.
Yeah. Anyway, I watched this.
Loved it.
Yeah.
Loved it.
My
I think we need
mom,
more of
Daphne,
these.
recommended this, and then I sent her. She messaged me at work. Amanda, you must watch the Tinder Swindler. Tell Jody. And I sent Jody the screenshot, and Jody's like, "My mom, Carol,
Carol.
She just
My
messaged
mom,
you
Carol.
about that."
She's like, I just couldn't believe it. These young ladies are so pretty, and they're going for this guy.
Oh, give me a break, guy.
Guy.
That's my mom. When she's driving and someone cuts her off, she goes, "Oh, good one, guy." That's her
That guy.
That's her
That'll
favorite
chill him.
insult. Guy.
What was the one that I told you that you need to tell Daphne?
Like a puppet master or something?
Puppet Master is really good, you guys. And it's actually a story that I've never seen on any Dateline, 2020, 48 Hours. It's wild. She would love it.
Is it just about like another like swindler?
Kind of, but it involves... remember the Troubles during the Irish Revolution or something that we talked about on Dairy Girls, that episode? I can't I mean, it's like 2 episodes or something I can say without giving it away.
Okay, well, I'll watch it.
It's
I'll
a
watch
true
that.
crime story. Your mom would love it. It takes place in England. Oh, God, here we go. Speaking of one of my props for this episode, because Amanda and I are great at geography. Shout out to our listener, Sharita, who sent me a 2-pack of maps.
Oh, that is so
We
funny.
desperately need it. I mean, this is like elementary school level, which is perfect.
Yeah, that's... We're still
I'm
going to
going
be
to
searching.
say, oh, here. Okay, perfect. So this took place.
Oh, is
in,
that
like,
big
the
red
United...
thing Russia there?
Yeah.
That's really
You can
big.
see it from my house, Amanda. See
Russia's
Alaska?
big.
Like reaches over there. See? If you see, the world is round, so if you wrapped it around.
Ah, I get it.
See how that works? Okay, so yes, this story, the Puppet Master, is United Kingdom and the Republic of Ireland.
All right.
See how that goes together there? And there's also, hold on, the United States. I got capitals, Amanda. See?
It's kind of
And it has
there?
like natural resources on it.
They don't have Canada.
Oh, hold on.
Oh, they do.
Oh,
That's
hold on.
way
We
up
go to
there.
the world map. That's on North America. Oh, you have a bighorn sheep up there, Amanda.
Oh, yeah. We got sheep running rampant out there.
There's Iceberg Alley out in the Davis Strait. And in Baffin Bay, Amanda, there's kayaking. You have ice roads.
That is so shady that she sent that to you.
No, I love Sharita. I mean, like,
So fun.
I am
No,
hanging
I
this
love
up.
her
I
too.
didn't hang it up because I want you to see it, but
No,
I'm
that's
hanging it
hilarious.
up directly on the desk area in
That's
front
gonna
of me.
save so much Googling time.
I didn't know there were sardines that far south in the Pacific Ocean.
There you go.
Did you know?
I know, 'cause I
Wait.
never thought about it.
Okay. Hold on. Who moved the Galapagos? The Galapagos are like straight east. I'm sorry, west. The Galapagos are straight west out of like Peru and Ecuador. I thought it was down by Australia.
Again, never given it thought.
Okay, well, I'll study those this weekend and I'll get back to you guys. If you have any geography questions, history, feel free to just send them amandajody1@gmail.com. Let's talk about Tinder Swindler. Okay, first of all, he's got great taste in women. Like,
Yeah.
the most gorgeous women on the planet.
And they're both
this guy
smart. You can tell they're smart.
I know.
Except like I mean, I've obviously made some really bad decisions. Well, one really bad dating decision in my life, other than Mole. I
One.
guess.
The mole.
Yeah, the Mole was bad, but he didn't try to ruin my fucking life and steal all my
True.
money.
Yes.
Right. He was just annoying.
He didn't swindle you out of your entire Patreon
Right, exactly.
library, right?
And all of the content. I still get messages weekly from people being like, "What happened to this episode?" I'm like, "It's gone.
Oh.
It's gone, and I'm not going back and redoing it." But I would never give anyone. I would never lend someone money.
Well, here's the thing that comes up in this entire episode that I was screaming. Why don't you ask him? Call your dad. Call your family. There's no one in your billionaire family that can be sending you this. There should be, if it's such chump change to him that it's easy to get loans and send it, then you don't have business managers that you're working with and this big corporation of yours. But I guess at that point, if you're in love, and he was smart because he would repay these women for like the first time. He'd be like, "Oh, here's the 50 grand or whatever I owe you back," in order to get like the next bigger amount. Because you're like, "Oh, well, obviously if he paid me back the first time, he's going to be good for the second."
Yeah, it just seems like he was. I mean, I couldn't live like this because it's so fucking stressful. But it seems like he would get a bunch of money from the women and then use it for the next woman. So he would have the money, but that would be it. He would spend all that money on like a plane ride. What is it like? So his security guard? What happened there? He got beat up, and then they were like, "Let's just use this."
I'm sure. Or yeah, exactly. He got hit or bumped into something, threw out his hip, like a very young 40-year-old woman in the Midwest, United States, and they just use it to their advantage.
Yeah. I mean, I feel bad for them. But, this sucks, and it sucks that he's not in jail right now.
5 months out of the 15 months he was supposed to serve.
I would truly want him dead. He ruined their lives. They're never gonna climb out of that.
No, $250,000.
Yeah. You're just gonna die with that debt, basically.
God, and that affects everything you do.
Yeah.
Even some jobs run your credit reports to see what kind of person you are or what you got going on. You know. That's really bad. Now, what do you think about the one friend that was supposedly a platonic friend?
Oh, like the woman?
Yeah.
The one that was his baby mama?
No. We never saw her. I think that one was either, well, I guess these are the only options, but she was either in on the fraud and getting the advantage of it. Like, I have your kid, you better be taking care of us now.
Yeah.
Or she did get knocked up by him, but knew what his deal was and was like, well, I'm going to just keep going along with you because I need the lifestyle or I need the money or whatever. No, I'm talking about the one, not the first blonde one we meet that says shit a lot. I was like, oh, she learned some American lingo and she's throwing that in all the time. The second one that was a platonic friend that went to the club with him. She was wearing the wire.
Oh, God, why don't I remember this? I think I watched this at work, so I was back and forth.
Okay.
This is interesting, though, because if you look at scammers, it seems like they do usually have a friend. Even Jackie Overton who catfished Mary.
Oh God,
Cut to her working on her computer. The one shot we had.
Oh yeah,
in her office.
With the Hobby Lobby.
Yeah, but she had
chest.
like a friend that like remember they went to Disneyland together, Amanda.
Jesus, yeah. I don't know. Like I'm trying to think if I were that friend, but I guess this just isn't my scene. I'm like, why would you want to just be friends with this kind of guy? But if that's your scene, like going to clubs and getting bottle service and getting dressed up and short little skimpy stuff and
I guess. I mean,
partying and spending tons of money on clothes and all that. I mean, I know it's hard to tell looking at me right now that that's not my scene. But both of us wearing Amazon shirts, by the way. Yours is very cute.
Yeah, it's got a new hoodie.
It's like a flowered hoodie, and I am wearing a shirt from Amanda.
Donna Rides. No, it's from Coffee Alley.
Oh, I really love my wife, but under I really love it says.
Did you see Coffee Alley posted something the other day?
No. If we have any new listeners, tell them about Coffee Alley.
Coffee Alley is this awesome chick on Tinder on Instagram, and she's been off the grid for a while, but she just recently posted about some gas prices.
That's Coffee Alley 32?
32, yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I have this friend, Jesus, pull up the wrong one. His Donna Rides. She needs to check in with her friend, I think. Her niece. I think it's her niece.
I think they're on the outs right now. Maybe.
Could be. Anyway, Donna lent me her motorcycle shirt, so I'm wearing that right now.
Right. Anything else to say about Tinder Swindler?
I try to look up updates,
okay,
and it looks like the women that were featured on the episode, so the two blondes and then the one at the end that eventually gave the tip to Interpol to catch him, they put up a GoFundMe, and the Tinder Swindler, whatever his real name is, he's really pissed off that they're doing
I think I read that
a GoFundMe. I mean, because they're like such grifters, right? Taking other people's money voluntarily. Wow.
Have they raised a lot of money?
I went to look it up, but I think the story was still developing at the time.
Okay.
Yeah, but he's still spending obviously someone else's money because he doesn't have it. That's the sickest part. I know that Tinder has banned him and some other dating sites have tried to ban him, but how effective could that be?
Bacon Fingers is banned on Tinder as well.
But how do they determine that? Is that like a facial recognition thing?
No, Tinder is like through it. It's looped through your Facebook, so like you really can't create well, I guess you could create a new Facebook account.
Yeah. I mean, well, I would hope that they would have some sort of facial recognition or something because
it's just so gross. It's just so gross that anyone could be that evil.
Mm-hmm. And it wasn't just women. It was families. He posed as a nanny and a chauffeur and all this other kind of stuff. I hope somehow maybe there's an American involved somewhere in there because I feel like our judicial system would be tougher on him.
Yeah, I would hope.
Because I think there's a reason why he hasn't gone for American women.
Yeah, I guess that's true. Yeah.
But again, this is my American stupid thinking about our justice system. But
yeah,
I just know
that
that
really works.
It's not totally fair or equitable.
Well, it is fair because if you look at the O.J. Simpson trial, that was correct.
There we go. Everyone just hit unsubscribe. All new people are like, fuck this.
But then when you look at like really like big issues with our justice system, you can just look at Scott Peterson.
I was just going to say Scott Peterson. This is why we complete each other.
I think he's getting another trial, actually, I heard.
Oh,
I don't actually think he's innocent.
So fucking guilty. I can't believe for like that week you thought he might be innocent.
I literally just was taking a contrarian like side so that we could kiki about it, and then everybody fucking freaked out.
Remember that one time you texted me when you were either high or drunk, and you're like, "Oh my god, we have got to cover this murder case," and I fully dove in and did a full investigation.
The yogurt shop murders.
Yeah.
I mean,
which have actually come back up.
Really?
I think it's actually come, and the Delphi murders too.
What happened with the yogurt one?
I gotta look it up. Are you sure? Are you?
We can talk about it next week.
Are you PUI? Are you podcasting under the influence? Because I don't want to research
Yeah,
this again.
I smoked pot just now, and we're both drinking right now.
Okay. We normally don't, you guys. It's just been a really rough week. Okay?
Yeah, sure. We normally don't. Let's talk about 90 Day Fiance.
Yeah. Okay, no Kimberly and Usman.
But
Which
except
is a real fuck
I
you, by
saw
the
the
way.
scenes, and they're not not that great.
Of Kimberly?
Yeah, because remember they played the wrong episode in the morning.
I didn't see any What did she say? What happened?
It's like her and him like talking, and she's just bitching about how I'm not going to beg for sex.
Okay, are we two men that are just talking about how our day was with our wives? Because that sounds like
We were just talking, and she was
we're on an
bitching.
episode of Cheers. That bitch of a wife, just yapping away about his day again.
I think I saw her scenes. I wish that I'd known that I was watching, like, like something
Precious
like,
information.
Yeah, precious thing like this will implode in 30 seconds. But
Yeah.
I think I saw scenes with her.
She was just yapping and bitching about
She's
something.
bitching about not getting sex. And I also saw I'm so with you on the fact that Memphis carries the little person gene. I'm like really
Oh my
seeing
god,
it.
absolutely.
Yeah, but I saw a scene with it was like not any of this stuff that is in the episode now, but like with him going back home to tell his family that she wants a prenup.
How are you seeing all this? The entire episode was the incorrect episode?
It was just completely fucked up. It was like
Whoa.
like
Okay, well you must have watched it before I
two.
did.
No,
'cause
I
didn't see
did.
that.
Yeah, I watched it because I worked. I remember I worked that day, so the second I got to work, I started playing it. So that would have been at 7 a.m.
Okay.
But it was like 2 episodes, but it was like a mishmash of just like different scenes from both episodes. It was stupid, but I did get to see the hat reveal.
Oh yeah, I saw the hat reveal. I definitely saw that one. Like, so we'll work. I mean, do we just want to skip Caleb and Alina because I can't stand watching?
I can tell you what
any
happened.
of their shit. All right,
Well, I'll tell you what happened. She's like, I need an answer, Caleb. I need an answer.
Caleb.
Why don't I know I love you, but you do not love me. If you love somebody, you do this. And he's like counting down the minutes before he gets on that fucking plane. So he comes to her and like, look, if we didn't have like information, like behind the scenes information that he was like a big piece of shit, I would actually be like, this guy, like, he handled this better than I think anyone on earth would have. He's like, look, I knew you were a little person, and he's like, I came here. And we agreed, like, I was coming here to just, like, figure out if this is something, And, and then he said, I knew that I would have to help you with stuff. But when I think about it, I don't know if I'm ready to completely commit to that. He's like, it's a lot different than I thought it would be. And that's why I don't want to give you an answer right now, because I'm not 100% sure. And if you need an answer right now, then the answer is pretty much no.
Okay, well, you gotta give him credit for being honest.
He was totally honest. And then she said that, like, it hurt her to hear him say that, but, like, still it was, like, he was honest. He's like, I didn't realize it would be this much of an impact on my life. And
he has to be true to himself.
Yeah. I mean, at one point, the scene opens with him shirtless, meditating, sitting cross-legged on the floor.
Okay, see, this is why I
So
can't
there's
with
that.
Get out of here with your disgusting long pubic hair on your head. Gross.
Yeah, but anyway, so goodbye. And then they say goodbye at the airport, and then he like, peace.
Does he look like Brad in that Music Man video when he's walking away, or Music Man picture when he's walking away, like,
he's like, I mean, you can tell he's like, you can tell he's like,
I'm on top of the world.
Yeah.
Like Asin when he dropped off Nicole at the
and he's like, okay, bye, okay, see you then. Okay,
you're good. You're
good.
Good
luck. Good luck then.
Bye bye.
Be well. Now. Yeah. And she's like climbing behind like a corner of like a. She's like peeking out from behind. Bye, Asin. He's like, oh my god. Okay, so that's Caleb and Alina.
All right, so Gino and Jasmine. I mean, now I don't know exactly what you and I have seen. I'll tell you what the latest is, because I pulled it up because I wanted to see what the difference was.
I almost feel like I saw everything. I almost feel like it was like a 2-hour episode or something, because I did see these scenes, but then they tagged on the
additional.
Yeah.
what a disaster.
But I want to know what you think, because the timeline here, because she's clearly pissed at him. She's like yelling at him, but then she did message that girl, me and Gino laugh at you and your mental health. And so,
yeah,
like,
when was that?
Was that just her getting back at him through yelling at this girl or something?
Or she just wanted to, like, get back at this girl, like lash out at the girl first.
Yeah.
And then take care of Gino later.
Yeah, but she keeps saying, like, I don't believe you, this didn't happen. I think she was just lashing
still
out.
Maybe together.
I think
but,
they are too.
TLC wants them to kind of keep things mum until the end of the season. They don't like any of the talent.
Yeah.
Well,
that's good.
Say what's going on. But she is a hypocrite because she does have a God, what the hell is that called? Not MySpace. Fans only? OnlyFans?
OnlyFans, yeah.
She's got one of those that's clearly, showing her body and all that kind of stuff. So when she says stuff like, I would never do that, I would never, like, sell my body, that's disgusting, especially in those text messages.
Yeah.
She's like, you're a whore, selling your body and sex and all that kind of stuff. I mean, I don't care. You pay your taxes. You can live your life however the fuck you want. I don't care.
What about people that don't pay their taxes, Jody?
Oh, well then, like, fuck you.
What about people that are never going to return to the U.S.? Because they didn't pay their taxes last week.
Well, I got my tax appointment next week, so just don't
don't mention my name. Don't mention my name when you're to your accountant. Keep me out of it.
Okay, well, you're here. This is gonna be our last episode together, you guys, because
oh no, I'll still pay you for our podcast, but just don't mention. Keep mum on the ride.
Yeah, I mean, I don't care. Whatever you want to do. There's nothing wrong with, like, the sex industry, and if anything, I think there should be laws protecting women around it. But whatever. So that, yes, she's hypocritical in that aspect, but I think, I mean, everything she's saying to him is completely sane, completely valid. I would be saying probably much worse than her in that circumstance. He sucks. He's a horrible person.
You know what's the creepiest part of this is that usually when men, even bacon fingers, when I the few times I would actually stand up for myself, he would just be like looking down, covering his face, and Gino is just staring at her the whole time, making eye contact. It's just that is fucked up.
Okay, two things. Number one, for any new listeners, Bacon Fingers is a nickname for an ex who tried to convince Amanda that bacon is like a... Like what? Like a sushi? Like you could just eat it raw? It's totally safe to eat it raw, and it's not.
Yeah.
So now we just call him Bacon Fingers for some reason. And he was also a fucking sociopath.
We also can't say his name because he gets mad.
Correct.
And he deletes all my stuff.
Number two, I already forgot what I was gonna say. What were you saying?
I was saying that Gino just
okay. I think I think he is on the spectrum somewhat somewhere.
Yeah, okay.
However,
I can
that doesn't excuse the fact that he truly doesn't think he's wrong. Because he's like, well, they weren't nude. They were just topless. Okay, settle down.
And then he'd be like,
that's still
if you
that's
can't
a nude
talk
photo.
to me in a calm tone of voice, then I guess we won't talk.
He demands the respect. She's the crazy one. This is gaslighting.
And she says that to him. She's like, oh, then I'm just crazy. You're making me into the crazy Latina.
Right. Which is bullshit. I mean, she is... See, this is the hard part. Is that Jasmine is crazy.
And a bad person.
Yeah, she's crazy. She's cuckoo. She's a bad person. If you saw the text messages, we read them last week. She's a horrible person. But in this instance, in this circumstance, this fight, she is 100% correct. He's a horrible, shitty human being, and he's not this big Romeo from Fraser, Michigan.
She says is it in the episode that aired or what was cut? But where he's like, if you want, you can send your exes pictures of my dick if you want, and she's like, no, there's nothing to brag about.
Oh, I didn't catch that, but she could have.
No, she doesn't. But I don't know.
Why would I?
It's because
women
nothing
are
to
not
brag
doing
about.
that.
Yeah.
Women are not sending their current or ex-boyfriends pictures of other ones. I don't think.
Yeah, I mean,
is that a thing?
No,
Amanda.
If I've never sent you a dick pic, then
okay.
I mean, you're the first person.
Oh, please don't, God! You've already sent me Janelle Evans
The vagina.
photos,
the wide
and
open,
I was not
wide
prepared
open
for that.
spaces.
Oh, God. She's a big fan of the Dixie Chicks. I love that she threw the electric toothbrush outside, but my first thought immediately, of course, was, I hope she brought just a regular Oral-B. There's like a regular toothbrush, right? And I do think she's right that he is losing someone that did love him.
Yeah.
I don't think she was like deeply in love with him, but I think she loved him in her crazy wackadoo way.
I believe that Larissa loved Colty.
Yes. Yeah. And that you'll have nothing but your money to spend on sugar babies. And this isn't like he's, rolling in the deep. He's bragging actually to one former sugar baby that he had about only spending $100 on his current one.
Yeah, and he's like, I usually pay $250 to $350. I'm like, that's not the much.
He's like, but I only pay her like $100 because I have to like drive all the way to South Bend to go and have sex with her. So that's not a flex.
I
Gino.
hope they're not still together. Like, I feel like they are, and I wouldn't judge her because look, I got back together with Bacon Fingers after I knew a lot of stuff, because it happens. But I hope she doesn't. But also, she doesn't really deserve that much better either, because she sucks as well.
Oh, she totally sucks. Thank God, like she said, she was taking birth control.
I thought that too. Remember when I wrote Bacon Fingers' mom at like 3 a.m. that one time? I was like, the world will be a better place when you're dead. And then I said, the best thing that ever happened to me was not getting impregnated by someone in your family.
Oh my God, Amanda, can you imagine?
No, I fucking cannot imagine what would happen.
You would be whispering that right now because your little babe would be sleeping during nap time right now.
Well,
your face
I don't know if it would have gone
like the
that
life
far.
just got sucked out of you.
I really don't think it would have gone that far.
Oh, well, amen. I'm not a religious woman, but to that I'm in
Canada now. We say amen.
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 Do you say like hallelujah instead of hallelujah?
No, hallelujah is a Shangela from Drag Race expression.
What? Hallelujah? Yeah. You've never heard hallelujah before.
Oh, is that not just a Shangela specific thing? That word existed before Shangela?
Yes.
Oh.
Apparently someone wasn't paying attention during Stations of the Cross. Okay. Don't mean to brag, but I loved those days.
Me too.
It was like so much time out of class.
Yeah, you're
amazing.
You're watching a show. Get a little show.
And you see like outsiders from the outside world coming into the church.
Yeah.
I mean, there was always people during, like weekday mass, but like Stations of the Cross was like, it was lit up in there.
I remember in grade 2, I was chosen to like be one of the presenters of like the wine or something. Oh. And I still remember it. I felt so cool.
Presentation of the gifts?
Yeah, presentation, Amanda, during the offertory hymn.
Oh, I got picked to be the reader one time. A letter from Paul to the Corinthians. Oh, I mean, like I was nervous, but you got to get out of class one time to go practice it. And you got to see what the priest got dressed in the back.
Were you Cecily Strong from that St. Joseph's Christmas Spectacular? A reading from John
to the Corinthians. Take thee.
Take. Eat.
Yeah. No, and I got picked to be the little lammy in the Christmas show. In the Christmas offering. And I had to go out there, and it was tight. It was a tight costume. Barely zipped. And I get down on all fours with a little lamb, little tail coming out my butt. And the fourth grade sat behind because it would like go grade by grade. Yeah. So all the fourth graders got a nice view of my ass with the tail. And I was thinking about it the entire time. It was hot. All the spotlights.
In grade 4, we did a Christmas pageant, and I wasn't picked to be a main character, and I was so visibly disappointed that the teacher had changed the story of the birth of Jesus so that there were... I didn't say anything. I was just so visibly disappointed. And so she made it be that 2 angels came down from heaven speaking in unison. God. I just remembered that.
I would hope that if I was your teacher, I really would have liked you. And I'd be like, oh, it was so cute. Like, Amanda, like giving two angels. Otherwise, I would have been in that lunchroom, the teacher's lounge, being like, Jesus, I'm going to get a call from the Kaczynskis.
I swear to God, I didn't say anything. I was just really, really upset. Like, I think that she noticed. I think she didn't think anyone really cared. But, like, I did care, so I was so, like, sad. And so because I remember knowing in my head, like, oh, she did that because she feels sorry for me.
Oh God, you little manipulative bitch.
I didn't do it on purpose. I was disappointed. I'm a performer.
Wow.
Let me act, Jody. I need to get this out of me. So we spoke in unison.
Did you go to the water fountain and, like, put water in your eyes and come back to the classroom?
I was genuinely sad. I was sad. I remember being sad about it.
Okay, I just got a core memory just came up thinking about this. Did you ever do fluoride?
What?
Like a mom volunteer would come, I don't know, once a month, once every 3 months or something, and have little Dixie cups of fluoride.
Oh, yeah,
and we would all take it and swish for like 30 seconds.
Yeah, why did we do that?
And then spit back in the cup and they would take it.
But aren't we not supposed to have fluoride? I thought the fluoride
But you
was
get
bad.
it at the dentist. No, you get it at the dentist.
We did do that. What the fuck was going on in the 90s?
Okay, so you did that too.
Yeah.
I know they don't do that in school now. Were they really giving us fluoride? Or were they giving us the COVID?
Oh,
we could have like our whole
went all the way
conspiracy
back
theory
to
now.
1989.
I don't feel like everyone did that.
No, I definitely did do that.
But it was like a special occasion they would come with the fluoride.
Oh, fluoride's coming in on a tray, Amanda.
Yeah, it was on a huge giant tray, and everyone would get one.
I think they cut the Dixie cups like in half.
Oh, ours were just like a short Dixie cup.
A short dick. What's next here?
This is amazing.
Fuck, I never re-listen to our episodes. But I'm going to re-listen to this past 5 minutes to see how the fuck we got here.
It's probably like proven to cause birth defects or something. Okay. Memphis and Hamza. That was my chair, by the way. That wasn't Amanda farting. So I have determined that Memphis is the cookie monster. Because everything she says, she's like, explain. Me no sleep. Me hungry.
Oh, yeah.
Me big boobs. Everything is cookie monster talk.
Yeah, like you're teaching, like if they do, I do believe that they are married and she's pregnant in real life.
I've seen that on Reddit. God.
She's like the way that, like the best way to learn a language obviously is to be integrated. She's teaching him how to speak incorrectly.
Yeah, don't drop the articles a, and the. Yeah, those are the most important
normally
ones.
And he'll catch on to it because now he's caught on to this incorrect.
Yeah. You English. Want letting?
Me poopy.
Yeah, you have no money. You no money. You broke.
Oh,
like, broke she's isn't also, the right word
she's
to use.
Also a fucking monster.
Oh my god, she's such a bitch.
She sucks. And he's like, I'm not happy. He's like, I'm thinking, like, I don't want this.
Hamza not happy.
No. But then he got her pregnant.
Hamza, no skinny. Hamza, like, big boob. Big boobs, Memphis. I mean, would I be DeBella DeBall?
Yeah.
Hamza or what?
You would. I wanted to take a bite of whatever that sausage was that he was eating, though. It looked good.
I was kind of worried. I'm like, ooh, something tells me that's like, I don't know, it's got like blood and brain meat or something.
Oh, it looked good.
Looked a little too skinny and long for like a breakfast sausage.
I don't think it was a breakfast sausage. It was like a...
He gave her, it was like a link. It was a sausage.
Yeah, no, but it wasn't a breakfast sausage. It was like obviously like from the culture. Point. Right. It was good.
I don't know, a little too gamey. A little too meaty, I think.
like gamey.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I like duck.
Never had duck.
How do you eat your meat? I eat mine bloody.
I know you like yours disgustingly rare. I like you're gonna crucify me. Medium to medium well.
Ugh, what's the point of eating it?
I do not want a bloody, juicy pink burger. I want a medium well burger. No.
Oh, the best burger I ever had was Chili's. It was and I'm chasing that burger.
I'll be like done. Nice to talk to you guys. We'll be back never. Like, that is such a Che Diaz move. The best burger I've ever had was from Chili's.
It was. I got it rare because I'd never tried it rare before. And it was a bacon and blue cheese
rare
burger.
From Chili's?
My mouth
This is why you get
watering.
diarrhea to this day.
I actually did not have diarrhea this morning. I marked it on a journal.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Rare? Okay, what was it? Like a blue
A
ribbon burger?
bacon blue cheese.
Here we got the bacon. Did they cook the bacon, or were you with bacon?
The bacon was cooked. It was nice and crispy. And I love blue cheese. Nice and stinky.
Oh, I love blue cheese. Feta. Give me those crumbles.
Yeah.
I'm not trusting any sort of rare meat from Chili's. I'm sorry. No.
It was fucking good. And then me and Brad always used to go and get the bottomless tortilla chips and then sit for like way too long. And now I'm looking back and I'm like, they fucking hated us. But we would
You're going to be like Ben, who we're going to talk about later.
Oh my god. No, at least we ordered something. Chips and salsa. You go to Chili's, you get the chips and salsa, then you order a side of ranch, and then you mix the salsa and the ranch together.
Who do you think you're talking
about? Well, I don't know. Everything I do is so gross to you.
You know I live in Illinois, right? I mean, like, we made that up.
That was like a prophecy to me when I first saw him do that. I was like, wow.
Yeah. And, it's free. They don't even charge you for the ranch. At least back then.
Sometimes they will, but if you're nice to them, they won't. They'll be a secret.
That queso skillet, not as good as it used to be. I haven't had Chili's in years, but...
The best things are those Southwest egg rolls.
Never had those.
Oh,
but I told you, I knew Dave was the one over
when
a
he
Chili's
got an appetizer.
When he got appetizers, and then that's like not even a joke. He ordered the chicken fajita nachos, and the nachos, like, they were maybe only like 12 total, but each nacho had its own fajita chicken piece, cheese, a jalapeno.
I fucking know, dude, because I told you this, I think, a few episodes ago. That day that I was craving those nachos all day, we went to Filiberto's. There was a hair wrapped in the whole thing, and then Brad brought me home nachos from Chili's, and they came like that, and I remember my mind being blown.
And you could, well, I don't know, again, it's been a long time, but you could order them once they took them off the menu, because, you know, all my favorite things always get taken off the menu.
I know.
They took them off the menu, and then the waitress was like, oh no, we can still make them.
Oh, yeah.
And then it comes with like the sour cream, the guac, the lettuce, the tomato. I mean, you load that fucker up.
I'm going to order Boston
Second
pizza
salad. Where were we? Oh, Hamza. What a bitch.
Should we even put this episode
Okay, so she's hungry. She's got big boobs.
She's hungry. Hamza... She has big boobs. Okay.
Listen, that's exactly how Dave fell in love with me. When I described myself as, I'm hungry, I got big boobs. He's like, done.
Done. Yeah, she's a bitch. And she's like, do you have any
She wants
money?
a prenup. I'm pretty sure she doesn't have that much to protect.
Yeah, like, yeah. What a and then she goes in and gets the paper and she's like, aren't you happy? And he's like, yeah, I mean, it's fine. You just, like, basically called me a loser for 2 hours on the drive here. But
yeah, and she's saying out loud in the taxi, and she's using the translator app to speak out loud. And she's like, do you have any money in any accounts, or are you broke?
I wouldn't even need to, like, look at the translator, because by her, I know, and by her tone, she sounds like a bitch. It's like, do you have any money in the bank, like a savings account, or are you broke?
You knew this going into it, that he lives in, where is he,
of course he doesn't
Tunisia?
Yeah, Tunisia. I think he's from the same place Mohammed's from.
Yeah, he's living with his mom. And he doesn't have his own car. He's not, yeah, exactly. Yeah, does he have a savings account? Jesus, it's now she's getting stingy.
Yeah.
She's realizing the feeling she's gonna have once he gets here, which is, it's gonna be a while before he can get a job.
I know.
And she's like, I want it to be 50-50. It's not gonna be 50-50.
I actually looked at Mohammed's page the other day, and like all his posts are just about like his truck and shit. And I'm like, I think that's really cool. He came here, he got this great job. He seems happy to just be kind of doing this. He's a Rolling
I give a
Stone.
lot of credit to truck drivers. It's a that could be
a
tough job.
I
think there's a lot of people that are made out for it. Yeah.
You ever talk to anyone? I love living I love hotels. Other than, like, the floor is lava situation. But, like, I like hotels. It's, like, fun. You're always on vacation.
I would have the Apple AirTag shoved into every orifice of your body if you were going to be a truck driver. Because I would need to know where you are at if you are safe.
I don't think you could handle if I was a truck driver.
No, I would be awake all night.
No, I think
I'd be tracking you. I'd be calling you on your CB radio.
Yeah, but my whole drive from New York to Canada, I shared my trip every day with you and with Daphne.
Oh, I was tracking it. I knew what hotels you were staying at. It was like, oh, okay, she's 6.5 hours away. Okay, so it's a longer day for these two. I don't know if Dawn's gonna make it.
I mean, my dad would pass each other sometimes, and we would just give one single wave.
God, I really want you to get a CB radio. Can you just carry one around all day? And I'll be like, breaker 19.
We do. Don't you? We do. We wear walkie talkies all day. And we have to, and sometimes we get interference from like the warehouse next door.
Can I patch in?
No, you'd have to be there.
What channel are you on?
We switched.
Alberta, what?
4 and
Channel
5.
4?
Okay.
Sure. So a
Do we
little hot tip. If you guys are like really bored, there's nothing to watch on TV, and you're like, oh, you're bored of dicking around on your phone, download your local like 911, what do they call it? Like your police service, God, whatever the hell, you know what I'm talking about. I am riveted. I mean, the Chicago one is lit at night.
Yeah, I used to, when I lived in New York, I walked this dog Oreo, this pit bull, and his dad was a fireman. He was so fucking hot, but he always had a transistor radio going at all times at his house. So whenever I was in there, I would just hear like men being like, "Hey,
scanner,
I'm like, yeah.
Scanner. That's what it is. The scanner. Yes.
Yeah.
Oh my God, I love it so much.
Do we have any other couples? Talk about?
Oh yeah, we do. Sorry. I guess you guys want to talk about that. All right, so Mike and Jimena.
This is it though, right? There's no one else.
And then we have Ben and Mahogany.
Oh, well, Ben.
Okay, well, hold on. Mike and Jimena. Okay, he goes to the restaurant. He's gonna propose with kind of a 1989 grocery store special cake.
Yeah.
I'm not a big fan of like red icing, red decorations in general. But he's gonna propose. He gives the guy a ring. He's like, "Oh, will you do ring, te amo?" And then he takes the ring. And as they go to dinner, looks great. Either the mom or the aunt had just like a pile. There was like 4 legs of lamb on her plate. She was getting in there.
I'm hungry.
And Jimena had like a nice thick steak, and they're just diving in.
Oh God, speaking of steak, do you remember this scene in the Colt and Larissa journey where they're eating? It's right after, I think she got home from maybe her second arrest, and she's talking about how she threw the ring down the toilet, and they're eating steak, and the steak is pink in the middle, but it's also not really cooked on the outside, and it's just this beige steak. And
I remember.
You know.
And it's just steak on the plate.
Just a huge steak.
Yeah.
And you know it's cold.
Oh no!
You can hold it in your hand.
Recorded a previous episode. It's absolutely a microwave steak. That's how it was cooked, in the microwave.
And they're so big, but and pink in the inside, but still not cooked on the outside, which is like a anomaly.
No, I think Deb threw it in the microwave with a pat of butter on top, and just let it kind of steam.
Like I just almost threw up in my mouth. Because steak is so safe. I haven't had steak in years, I think. Maybe I'll go get a nice steak after this.
You know what's... Okay, this podcast is insane. Sorry.
It's been a long week. We did like 12 fucking episodes.
How many minutes of this episode are dedicated to meat? Man, meat. I mean, I want some meat. What cut of steak do you like? Because it's hard to get a good cut of steak.
I like a T-bone because then you get different flavors on either side of it.
Yeah, but then you got to cut the bone out, and I feel like you lose a lot of the meat on that bone.
Oh no, I'll suck the meat.
I mean, obviously fillet, but I'm not buying a fillet and cooking it up here. I don't really
like the big thick ones because I'm nervous.
Hard,
it's too much
temperature-wise.
It's hard. It's difficult to manda.
That's when you got to do a cast iron skillet, put it in the oven, and then you just keep checking the temp. I
like a hanger steak.
Hanger? What is that exactly? I don't feel like I've seen that
like
on
almost like a strip. It's like almost like a strip.
Like a strip
it's
steak.
Thin. It's a thin steak. Oh. Hanger. It's always like what you would get with steak frites, pretty much.
Okay.
And it's thin. It's easy. It's easy to control. You can cook it really rare, but still, like, you have control over it.
You do that on a cast iron, or how do you do that?
I would do it on a cast iron. You know what? The best steak I think I ever ate was made for me by Crab Cakes.
Oh.
He makes a good steak, that guy.
Oh, okay. Not bacon fingers crab cakes. Okay.
Yeah, crab cakes.
I mean, I know I might get crucified for this one, but back in the day, Ponderosa, okay, the Ponderosa salad bar was the place to be. And I miss it. As I also miss a Wendy's salad bar.
I know. Pizza
That
Hut
deluxe salad bar back in the day, the garlic bread buns they have, all you can eat. Just sitting out there.
I honestly don't think I've ever been to a Wendy's salad bar. Daphne never.
They don't have it anymore.
Well, but as a kid, I never went to it.
Well, here's the thing. You had to get the deluxe, and then it would be like a longer rectangle tray they'd give you for your salad bar. And my dad loved a Wendy's salad bar. So, like, if we were homesick or we had a day off of school or something, and he was making calls, we'd go to Wendy's, and then he'd say, you got to get the extra napkins. You wipe the plate off, the styrofoam plate off. Then it's nice and clean when you go up for that second round.
What the fuck's happening right now? I remember my dad told me that Wendy's had square burgers, and I was like, what is this legendary square burger? And then we went, and I was so disappointed because the burger was square, but the bun was still round, so I was expecting it to be square.
Yeah.
Mike and Jimena get engaged.
They're like the junior bacon cheeseburger of this group of couples, I gotta say.
I love a junior bacon cheeseburger. There's only 6 points in that, I think, Amanda.
It's not good anymore, though. It used to be such crisp lettuce. It's so weak. It's like a single half strip of bacon these days. It's a really sad state of affairs. And now they have vanilla Frosties.
What the fuck is that?
Fuck out of here with your vanilla Frosty.
Nick Weiger gets the vanilla Frosty.
Okay, shut up. Get out of here.
I know. It's a bad take.
Vanilla Frosty. Why don't you just say...
What are we doing here?
That's like, I'm so poor. I'm so poor. We can't afford the chocolate syrup. So
it's not...
vanilla.
Oh, yeah. Well, it's not more expensive or less expensive.
Well, they're not adding the chocolate syrup. They're saving money on a vanilla Frosty.
Yeah, I guess it's true.
They are. Okay, so Mike proposes.
Let's get out of here.
And they get engaged. Okay, so Ben and Mahogany.
Wait, on the way to the airport, she says something like, she's nervous. I think that she knows that once he leaves, she's gonna
remember how ugly and how many farts
she's
he farted
gonna
on her.
Experience what I went through the day after I got home from my mole vacation with you, where I sent you, I think, 350 texts in a row explaining what I just had gone through. Because, like, while you're experiencing it, your body knows what to do. It kind of shuts it off. Right. But then once they're gone and you remember, it absorbs it back in. But then you start thinking and you remember things. I think that's what she's nervous about. She's like, fuck, the second he leaves, I'm going to remember every fart.
She was hugging up against his sweaty head and was like, that sweat that was left upon her, it just was absorbed. And she's like, I got enough of the X. I can't do it. And he's probably thinking as he goes back to New York, okay, we've met. She knows I love her. I don't need to be like sending her as much money anymore. And for her,
it's like now we're engaged.
It's like just beginning.
Exactly.
And also, they're not compatible at all. I just feel bad for her sons, honestly.
Okay, so Ben
and Mahogany, he's working out in the gym. What did he call it? He's like, this is like my home away from home, my safe space, my sanctuary. You're done.
We get it. Your workout. Good.
So then he says he didn't hear back from Mahogany, so he just like decided, he woke up with pros on the mind, and he just spilled this story out.
See, I did not see this, but I did hear other podcasts talking about it. I missed this somehow. Maybe a dog was taking a shit in the corner. I had to go pick it up. Okay, yeah, play it.
Okay, I'll pull it up. Do a little tap dancing for us here. Oh, Coffee Alley's posting gas prices, Amanda.
With these prices, outrageous.
Go ahead.
I don't really have much. I'm thinking I'm going, after this is over, I'm going to go to Co-op, the grocery store, Amanda. Should I get a steak?
Co-op?
Yeah, it's called Co-op.
Is it an actual co-op?
No.
Why is it not co-op?
I don't know. It just is.
Okay, Canada, like when you have a grocery store, like sometimes having like the word store after it helps, or like mart.
This is the Co-op, Amanda. I'm going to the Co-op.
Okay, and you're going to get what there? Steak?
Should I get steak?
I think you should get like steak, but maybe like some rosemary or something.
I have rosemary.
Some aromatics.
I always have it rosemary.
Okay. Some potatoes. Do some roasted potatoes with it.
I don't really like potatoes either.
I'm not helping you anymore. You're on your own.
No, you know what I'm gonna get? I'm gonna get one single T-bone steak, shove it in the microwave for 15 minutes, and eat it.
Put it on a paper plate.
Yeah, just A1 on the side.
Please use plastic fork and knife as well. That'd be amazing. All right, I'm trying to get to it. I'm trying to hop around here.
This is gonna be worth it.
Talking about his big boobies. I think it will be. I really do. So what else? Okay, but he's gonna go visit Mahogany's hometown of San Bartolo, right?
I would be like, get the fuck out of here. Like, I would probably send the authorities after him.
Well, this is when even the stalker was like, San Bartolo is very distant from Lima. Please no, don't do it.
Wasn't that her that said that? I think that's the one thing she said back to him, yeah.
Yeah, well, I'm just saying, like, the catfish are all together, right?
Yeah, did you send me the thing that said, like, all this proof that it's, like, not her?
Yeah, I don't know. I still can't make it out, like, who's who. If that's the same girl catfishing him, but with enhanced pictures of herself, or what?
I can't even believe they aired this unless something really funny is going to happen. Like, unless he's going to continue to be humiliated. I mean, I'm not for that.
You've seen the pictures of the actual Mahogany, or who they think. What?
No.
I sent it to you.
Well, you sent me a lot of stuff. Is she good looking, or is it a man?
No, it's not a man. Like, she's, like, pretty-ish, I guess. Like, but it's not Jimena. All right, I think I'm getting here. Oh, God. Okay.
Still nothing.
He's lifting weights.
I was very, very discouraged. I'm disappointed. I feel betrayed. I feel angry. But mostly I feel sad.
Oh, you
Just
do.
really sad. What I've been looking for my whole life is this unconditional love.
How about your children, you asshole?
Yeah, I know.
Again, you got kids at
To
home.
be there for her, and she couldn't be.
He's got kind of a lazy
so
eye.
I called it the Runaway Train.
Runaway Train.
It was a runaway train, every passenger's nightmare. Brakes failed and a sharp turn just a mile ahead. And a woman screamed out. That set off the panic. People opening windows, shoving and crying, except one couple sitting across from each other. The gentleman in a black suit winked at the woman in red heels. He slowly smiled and stood, reaching his hand out to her, and whispered in her ear, "Vamos a bailar." The passengers sat back down as the train hurled towards the steep turn. People were laughing now and clapping in time as the talented couple whirled up and down the aisle. The old train came off the wheels around that corner, but settled back on the tracks to the cheers of all that continued on its way. Then I said, "Baby, my beautiful Mahogany, the train is already going too fast to stop. Let's just dance."
Okay, I'm sorry.
I thought that was pretty good.
A train is coming off the tracks. There is a train crash. People are opening the windows to get out of the train and screaming. He looks over at a woman, red heels, and says, "Baby, we are going to dance." And they stand up and dance.
Yeah, I guess he's kind of saying,
and then
like,
people are like,
this is going to be a disaster, but let's dance through it. Let's dance until it really breaks
And
down.
people were clapping in time. In time.
Probably on the 1 and the 3.
They don't talk about Hugo, Bruno, whatever. And then suddenly, the train magically went back on the tracks. And baby, we're gonna dance this anyway.
Yeah,
I feel like he could have workshopped that story a little bit, where they're not crashing to their death, and a guy. Okay, Amanda, you're on the train in Canada, and I'm sure it's like very efficient. It's free for all. Like if there's an accident, they pay you, and it's crashing. A guy next to you across the aisle says,
winks,
"Madam, let us dance." You stand up in your red heels, of course, and you just like...
Because you wear heels on a commute, usually.
You flamenco to your heart's content, and everyone just breaks out into a slow clap applause.
Remember that movie that you and Colin made me fucking watch? The train? Like the girl on the train?
No, it was like The Man on the Train.
Oh, yeah,
it was a short film. It's like 3 minutes long, and it's
Fuck that movie. And I watched it at 3 a.m. during my... Like, why did I think that would be a good idea?
Scarier than Squid Game.
What happens at the
games,
end?
whatever.
Because nothing happens. Nothing happens in the
Yep.
movie. That's why it's so scary.
It's like next to her. So you would be captivated by the story. You
I
would
love
get
when-
that text.
When you were about to press play, you said, he's got kind of a lazy eye. And then you press play.
Are you saying that because I kind of I actually don't
No,
think
he
it's a
has
lazy
a
eye.
full lazy eye. Like, it doesn't open.
No, I don't think it's a lazy eye. I think it's just a heavy lid.
It's a heavy
He
lid.
might have gotten
It's a
too
heavy
much Botox on that one side.
Because
Because your brow can kind of drop and you get a lazy lid. Kind of what happened to Renee Zellweger.
Renee.
Renee, remember when her brow kind of dropped? And everyone was like,
Oh,
what
I
the hell
remember.
happened to her?
I remember.
Yeah. Okay, so he, despite this, I mean, amazing story. A novel's going to be written off of this. He hasn't gotten any response, so he calls his friend, and he answers it like Cody Brown. Hey, bro. And then when they hang up, he goes, okay, pray for me, bro. Okay, fist bump.
Oh, yeah, he
And
does.
then they hang
do
up.
it.
Ooh. Like, God, you guys are so Bible-y. And then, yeah, he goes there, sits down at this restaurant, because he told Mahogany, I'm going to be there at this time. If you're going to be there, great. If not, then I'll know. So he sits down, he orders just a water, just like some tap. Don't even need ice. And he sits there for
like,
hours.
if it makes anyone feel better, like, 90 Day Fiance does have to, like, kind of, like, pay out the restaurants to film.
Okay, first of all, this is Sharp Entertainment, and I think his name is Matt Sharp.
Matt Sharp.
Is notoriously extremely cheap.
Oh.
So they
Well,
might have
still-
bought out like 2 or 3 tables. I guarantee they didn't buy out that whole.
Well,
restaurant.
what I'm saying is the waitress probably still made a
I hope
guaranteed
so.
tip off of this. But, I mean, you don't do this. You're a dick if you do this.
Just
Order
water.
something. Yes.
Yeah.
Order an
Exactly.
appetizer, not like tacos.
Una Coca. A Coca-Cola. Something.
Yeah.
Yeah, chips and salsa.
Yeah.
We're like really overgeneralizing.
Order a steak and maybe I'll get some Pringles.
Asada.
Asada.
We're like, order a Mexican pizza. Okay.
Well, I mean, why wouldn't you get... Well, I guess he doesn't drink, though.
Yeah, I'm trying to think if he's real churchy. He probably doesn't. Okay, just like something.
Well, Catholics are like the biggest alcoholics there are.
Well, my God, the lifetime of guilt we have to carry
I
upon
know.
our shoulders. Jesus.
I mean, we would have like choir events literally just for the sake of having like cheese and wine afterward.
Whoa, 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 whoa. You guys have cheese?
Yeah, we'd bring in some cheese, bagels, cream cheese, fruit.
Wait, this is like a choir
Bakery
practice?
No, like we'd have like a choir concert that was like an hour long.
As adults or children?
As adults, like I was.
Oh,
I was
okay.
yeah.
Okay.
And then the priest would always announce like, and he'll be like, next week on a Sunday we're gonna have a musical theater.
Forever yours, only forever.
It's at the end, and as everyone's standing, he goes, "We're having this choir concert, and of course there will be cheese and wine, or refreshments and wine afterward." And everyone always goes,
See, we
know?
would always leave after communion. Like, you come back from the line.
"You're
and
a
you go into
dick.
the lobby.
That's not good." There's one more song. There's a closing hymn, Amanda.
Amanda, that parking lot, it's, talk about a lion's den, Amanda. That's because we went to St. Daniel the Prophet, and they would call it the lion's den. Would be like meetings, they would call like, oh, we're meeting in the lion's den. Get it?
Okay.
Oh, Bible joke. But anyway, we would get Dunkin' Donuts munchkins. So you go out, you get your little cup of lemonade, couple
Timbits.
munchkins, and then you would look and you'd be like, oh, I'll grab some for Jill. Yeah, I'm going to grab some extra for Mom, too. But really, you're like, I'm eating all these powdered donuts and these jelly fills down this gullet.
Down the gullet.
That was the best
Anything
part
else?
of church, was the snacks after. Okay. No, he orders a water and Mahogany doesn't show up. Didn't even get munchkins out of that.
Next week we got Ella telling Johnny, she's like, if you don't come, I'm gonna find someone else. And he's like, he goes like, he does like a Pikachu face.
Oh.
He goes, no. It's very cute. And it looks like Jimena is starting to seem distant.
Yeah, she has had augmentations. I know that because people have posted her in her compression garments.
Great. And then he goes back to assess the situation.
To Colombia, and he's going to see what's going on. Yeah,
and then we'll get to see Jasmine rip off Gino's hat, and he psychotically, slowly and calmly just gets another hat.
Grabs another one. Black in the eyes, dead behind the eyes, black pupils, black irises. He's a scary motherfucker.
No,
and that was
scary.
Genius on her part, by the way. Because it is his equivalent of being topless.
Yeah, no. Go Jasmine.
And he does only have hair at the back of his head as to imply he has hair under it.
But you can tell looking at him.
He's bald.
That he's bald.
I like bald.
I like bald too. My dad's bald. Brad is bald.
Okay, hold on.
What?
Okay, I'm gonna need to extract that sound clip. Me too. I like bald. My dad's bald.
Okay, well, you said that much more sexily than I said it. My dad's bald. I've always liked bald men because my dad's bald, and I was like, oh, bald is good.
All right, so OJ's innocent. You love
Scott
female
Peterson.
teacher on male middle schooler crime. Yeah. You love your dad, bald head.
Yeah,
super sexy.
Love a bald head. And I'm gonna eat a steak tonight.
You're gonna eat a steak tonight because you're an adult.
Oh, bye-bye. You wrap that up real quick.
Hey, I just met you, and this is crazy, but here's my number, so call me maybe. It's hard to look right at your baby, but here's my number, so call me maybe. Hey, I just met you, and this is crazy, but here's my number, so call me maybe. And all the other boys tried to chase me, but here's my number, so call me maybe.